Hi guys and welcome back to the channel here. It's Alex once again, as always, and today we're doing I'm showing you one of my Wi-Fi battles that I had the other night. It's against a guy called DJSparker on the Amino, and it was such a good battle. A lot happened and I just wanted to show you guys. It was very close and it was really cutting edge stuff. So I'm not going to delay any further, so I'll just read out the teams here. So on my side of the field, we have Tyranitar, we've got Gliscor, we've got Probopass, we've got Infernape, we've got Starmie and Gengar, and then DJ has Beedrill, Tyranitar, Tapu Fini, Tangrowth, Flygon and Chandelure. Now the teams are quite even. It's not like strictly OU, it's like OU and below obviously, but we haven't got a completely overpowering team, so we're quite even in that front. So let's get into the battle here. So as you can see, there he is with a wee black cat, and you're challenged by a Pokemon trainer, Damo. So I start with Rex, feeling, you know what, I'm going to go for this Dragon Dance, and he sends out Mega Beedrill, or Beedrill anyway. So here I am thinking, right, surely he's not staying in, and he stays on, he Mega Evolves, and you know what? I was going for a Dragon Dance here, and he flipping does a U-turn, right? Now that takes a lot off me, and almost OHKOs me, but I do get it, and then switches into Tapu Fini, who's obviously his defensive wall. So the Misty Surge goes up, and I get my Dragon Dance off. Now Tyranitar is holding a Focus Sash, which is annoying. So that U-turn kind of just ruined that item. Anyway, so Tapu Fini has leftovers, annoyingly as well. So I switch out here and I go into Starmie, who's called David, you know, Star David. Anyway, so Tapu Fini goes for a Moonblast, and I sponge that, but I do take a lot of health. Well, I do take a lot of damage there. It's not what I wanted. So I believe I don't really want to stay in here. So I switch Starmie out, and I go into Gengar, and I believe he switches out as well and goes into Tangrowth. Now here I am thinking, you know, he's not wanting to keep a grass type and against a poison type, so I'm going to predict the switch and go for Dazzling Gleam, and he doesn't switch. So I did not predict the switch, and he knocks it, does knock off, and you know, that's a one-hit KO. So moving on to the next Pokemon, the Sandstorm's still active, so it's doing some chip damage here to Play-Doh, the Tangrowth, but that's Regenerator's going to kick in after the switch out, which he's doing this just now. So I wasn't expecting Chandelure to come in, so I went for the U-turn just to go in and out, and as you can see, not very effective. Now I switch into Probopass. Probopass is my special wall in this team. Annoyingly, the Sandstorm did go down, so I'm not exactly going to be able to get too much resistance in anything, you know, because the Sandstorm boosts special defense. So I'll go for Earth Power. I wasn't expecting a tricky there either, so I've lost my leftover and got Choice Scarf, but doing good damage there on Chandelure. Now he switches out to Gizmo, which is a Flygon, a nice wee shiny one there, it's quite nice, yeah. And I switch out as well, and I switch into Scorps. Now Scorps is my defensive wall, and I'm going to do what I can only do against this Pokemon, and that's go for a knockoff. Now I sponge the U-turn brilliantly, you know, because of that resistance to Bug, because of its flying type. So he switches into Tapu Fini. I use knockoff and take away the leftovers. Yep, there's a knockoff. Now I know this is post-match commentary, guys, but you know, it's a lot better quality, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it in the long run. So I bring Scorps back in and go back out to Nigel to predict that Moonblast which is coming. So sponge that beautifully. Predictions were real there, you know, and he goes for Nature's Madness and misses, and I get the Stealth Rocks up. Now this is where I thought this thing's probably got defog, so I switch back out and I go into Rex and set up that Sandstream. So yep, as predicted, it goes for the defog, and then I'm going to go for an Earthquake in the next turn, hoping to do some damage to this Tapu Fini. So I get the Earthquake off, and Tapu Fini is going to take decent damage because of a critical hit there, which is quite good, and then finishes off Rex with the Moonblast. So Rex wasn't really going to be doing much, and that's me down to 4 Pokemon, and he still has 6 left. It's not a good start, guys. I'm going to admit that it's not a good start at all. So I switch into David, and he switches out to his Finny to Tangrowth. So I go for the Psychic. Not doing a lot of damage here. I think this Tangrowth has an Assault Vest on it, so I'm not going to be hitting it very well, unfortunately. So I bring David back in and throw Scorps back out, because I know Tangrowth has that knockoff, so yeah. Scorps loses the Toxic Orb, and Play-Doh is getting some chip damage off the Sandstorm still. So he takes Play-Doh out. I predicted it this time, or no, I didn't predict it. It's I stayed in by the looks of things, and so I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. So doing alright damage on Tapu Fini. Now I've not really invested in attack for Gliscor in this battle, so it's still doing some good damage here. Now I take Scorch back in and throw Nigel back out in case we see any sort of Moonblast, which we do. And yeah, sponge that nicely, as always. Now in this battle there is a lot of switching around, but you know, it's like that in every battle you have if you're playing competitive and you're trying to just break through the walls. So I'll go for an Earth Power there. Taunt isn't really going to do much since I am Scarfed. So thankfully, you know, I was taunted and he wasted the turn basically. So Nature Madness, it hits this time, and Goku is going to lose half of his health. And I go for an Earthquake, and down goes Tapu Fini, which is one nuisance gone. Tapu Fini just came down and went down, and he brings out Beedrill, Mega Beedrill that is, and I'm going to switch out here because I know I don't outspeed this thing. So I go into Scorps, knowing that I could take anything that this thing was going to throw at me, which he throws Poison Jab at me, so I resist that quite nicely with my ground typing. And so Beedrill U turns out, and I'll go for the knockoff. I was aiming to get that Flygon coming in, which I did, so I predicted it nicely there. So I knock off the Choice Band, and yeah, it's going nicely. It's going very nicely. So Gizmo is going to be locked into Outrage now, and as you can see, it's doing quite a good bit of damage. And my knockoff has just got a critical hit there, also doing a good chunk of damage as well. But Poison Heal is going to be helping me out here with obviously Poisonous being healing me, and it's going to keep me in this 1-on-1 wee fight here. So Gizmo is almost there, almost out for the count, and Gizmo also goes for an outrage. So this is a 3-turn lock into outrage there, so he gets fatigued, and I decide to roost up here and gain some health, knowing comfortably that I'd sponge that attack. So there I am, almost full health again. And Gizmo's trying to attack again, but to add insult to injury, the Confusion Hacks comes in and takes a good bit of damage off Gizmo, and I finish him off with the knockoff. So yeah, I think things are starting to go my way. So I've just leveled the terms there. It's now 4-all, I believe, in Pokemon. So Tyranitar comes out here, and I'm thinking I can take whatever this thing throws at me. So I comfortably go for an Earthquake, outspeeding it somehow, thankfully. And yeah, Tyranitar packs an Ice Punch. So I did not expect that at all, and I could take massive damage. But because I outsped it the last turn, I'm thinking, you know, I'm just going to try and finish this thing off, and I'm faster again, and yeah, I take down Tyranitar. And sorry about the dog barking in the backgrounds, guys. I can't really control that, and this mic picks up a lot of things. So he goes back into Flambeau, the Chandelure. Now, because Scorps is weakened and it's not investing in special defense, I decided to switch out and go into Nigel, who is. And with the Sandstorm being all up, I sponge this Shadow Ball quite nicely, but also taking a defense drop as well. Or special defense drop, sorry. So leftovers, annoyingly my leftovers, healing that Chandelure. So now with the Tapu Fini being gone now, I'm free to set up my Stealth Rocks. It was a nuisance with that Defogger, but I managed to get there, and I've decided to bring Nigel back in. Oh, by the way, he's named Nigel after Nigel Thornberry. So we get a U-turn here off of Beedrill, and Goku sponges that quite nicely, and he goes into Tangrowth. Now, I've not got any fire type moves on this Infernape, so I decided to just go for the U-turn here, because that's the only thing that's got super effective against Tangrowth. And I switch into Scorps, yeah, I switch into Scorps. So Tangrowth hits me with a Sludge Bomb, which is not good at all. Just doing some chip damage there to Gliscor, and I go for a Roost, knowing that I outsped it. And I actually thought this Tangrowth was a physical attacker, but guess what? It's a special attacker, and look at that damage. And I'm so glad that I decided to Roost there, and that I learned that early on in the battle. So I'm going to switch Scorps back out here. I'm going to go into Nigel, since Tangrowth is a special attacker. And there we go. Probopass eating that up there, and I think I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave here. Let's see if I can get some hacks on the go, and hopefully it will turn in my favour this battle. So this Tangrowth is the biggest threat to my team. It's here just sucking my life away, and I can't really do anything about it. So I decided to go into Goku, and just to sack him off, so I'll get a free switch in. So Goku's fainted, and I go into Starmie. Now I'm hoping that maybe some paralysis goes in place here, and I go for the ice beam. Really hoping, but no, I get Giga Drained and goodbye Starmie. It's not good at all, guys. It's really not good. So I'm down to my last two Pokemon, Gliscor and Probopass. So Nigel here, coming in. Hopefully I get something on it. So I get my Flash Cannon off due to my Choice Scarf. We see a special defense drop there. So yeah, it's paralysed. It's some hacks are coming my way now, and Unhappy comes in. It's going to take another hit from my Flash Cannon that I'm locked into here. So it goes for a Drill Run, and that's going to take Probopass out with it being quadruple effective, Stealing Rock. I was expecting that Drill Run on B-Drill. I wasn't expecting it then. So down to my last Pokemon, and I decide to protect, get that Poison Heal on me again, just so I can get some more health, obviously. And so I get some nice wee chunk of health there. And as B-Drill goes for a Poison Jab, I go for a Roost. Yep, I go for a Roost, and I get my health back. So I'm back in this game for a wee bit. Anyway, so almost full health again, thanks to the Poison Heal and the Roost. And I'm going to go and try and take this stupid B-Drill down. Now it's doing some good damage with the Poison Jabs, mainly because of its ability, which is Adaptability. But nope, one knockoff and it's gone. So here's Tangrowth here, and it's not a good matchup, guys. It's not looking good at all. And you know, the paralysis. We got paralysis on the first turn against Tangrowth, which is brilliant. And going for another knockoff. Oh, the only thing that can really do any damage here is knockoff. Another paralysis. We got two in a row there. So the hacks are in our favour. Will it continue? So I'm going to go for an Earthquake here just to see if that does any more damage than knockoff does. And not really, it's about just less, I think. So that's three paralysis in a row. So as you can see, it's kind of fake. So here I am, just whittling this thing down as much as I can, and it's paralysed a fourth time in a row, which is brilliant. Go for a knockoff here. Almost there, it's in the red, it gets a Giga Drain, it's finally not paralysed. So after 4 hacks in a row, it's broken out of it. So I'm here, I can't really take these Giga Drains all day, so go for another knockoff, hoping to do some good damage. Hoping for a crit, and there's a paralysed hack again. That's 5 times this thing has been paralysed. And I go for another knockoff here. Almost there, and it's paralysed again 6 times. Man, you can't get much worse than that, can you? Now, I'm just going to go for another knockoff here and finish it off. I don't know why my opponent didn't sub out. You know, it'd probably make sense to switch out and get the regenerator, but he stayed in there, and I managed to take it out with the knockoff. And now it's 1v1, and this Chandelier is half health. Well, not anymore because of the rocks. And he goes for a Fire Blast and misses. So that's 7 hacks there. 7 hacks in that last wee bit. And you know what? I'm not complaining. I took the match, I won, and it was fair and square. So good battle to my opponent, good game to my opponent there, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you want to battle me, just comment below and I'll see if I can battle you. We can arrange something, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, I'll catch you later.